Hey, what's up guys, Aarava here, and welcome back to another part of my F1 Manager 22 career mode here. This is season number 2, of course, for round 2 at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. If you guys did miss the opening round of this brand new season with Audi Sport Formula 1 team now, as we are known, then be sure to go check that one out before you see this one, the pre-season video as well. We had an interesting first race. It was a really solid one, I think, for Pierre Gasly. Not so much for Valtteri Bottas, and at the end of that episode, I had some stern words, and I was very adamant that I think we'd be looking at our options. But considering Saudi Arabia is literally a back-to-back race with Bahrain, I think it's only right. We're going to give Bottas the time of day and give him this second race to just see what he can do, hopefully without a lock-up of some kind, because of course, Gasly also did lock up, but the difference is when Bottas locks up, it seems to be a horrendous disaster that derails his entire race and points, whereas with Gasly, when he has locked up, even in season 1, it's, been a couple of seconds lost, maybe a position, or two, and he's been able to recover still for some decent points, whereas Bottas, it seems to be a full-on huge crash that takes him out of the entire running. But we've got a week after in the in-game calendar after Saudi Arabia where I will be making my final decision of whether we'll be firing our once flying Finn, very much the unable to brake Finn at the moment, but excited to get back into this career because as I actually said in the comments below the pre-season video, that video and also round 1 at Bahrain, that was actually recorded last week before I went off out to Austin, Texas for the IRL USGP. So this is my first time playing the game after a number of days, but I wanted to address it in a video. Again, just apologies, the pre-season video, for whatever reason, just was rendered and cut short. You didn't miss much. I literally just did like a little outro, basically, at the end, but that's why there was an abrupt ending. For whatever reason, my PC just decided to mess up the video final, and I had no way of fixing it because I was literally out in Austin. But yeah, it's been a couple of days, and kind of reflecting on round 1, I'm actually quite happy with how we did. I think Gasly showed some really decent pace with that 2-stop. Now, our factory has got 1 day left, and then it will be done. Our design center is already up to 3, so we can design 3 parts now, and we won't have to wait till we're doing 2, for example. We're going to just move forward by 1 day just to get this factory done, because that's a pretty big moment in this entire series, getting factory and the design center up to level 3, matching in a nice way. That gives us more opportunity to manufacture parts as well at a quicker rate. So far, with the last couple of upgrades, we've been kind of splitting the engineers 5 apiece to upgrades, but now, I think in hindsight, let's move it to trying to spread them across equally to actually use that capacity of 3-part designs. But, obviously getting to design center level 3 allowed us to have that capacity for 10. Suspension design will get done now just before Saudi Arabia, so that means we probably won't be able to get it in time in 1 day for practice tomorrow, unless I can just do some absolute miracle work here. We go to manufacture, and then we go to the suspension. We've got the new one here, and if we were to rush that'd get done in 3 days time. Emergency is 1. That's a large cost though, but we also do have the money to do that. 500k to make 2 versions of this suspension in an emergency. To be fair, if you look at last race, the brake cooling issue obviously did cost Bottas the whole race, cost Gasly some time. I think one would call that some kind of emergency. I mean, we've got the cash right now. I don't imagine us spending heaps and heaps in this next episode or 2 in terms of large ticket items. So, you know what? Screw it. Let's go for it. Emergency build of 2 suspension parts. That means, though, if they break one of these suspensions, we have no spares, so they have to default to suspension 1 design. But that's the risk we're going to take here. But we're going to go for an emergency build, and I hope this comes in time, because it says 0 day, so that should mean literally it comes today, and we can actually install it onto the car for Saudi Arabia. Otherwise, that is going to be a bit of wasted money. But now we can actually go ahead and open up a design. We've got engineers now from that suspension being done, so we're going to go for the underfloor, because I feel like underfloor is a massive part of these new cars in general. Going to go for a focus on low speed, because low speed generally has been the place where we've been really struggling versus other cars, so kind of taking the focus away from high speed, but still in general, all stats stats will be improving still. So that's just a bonus, but we're just skewing it to low speed because that's where we need to catch up a little bit. In terms of engineers assigned, I'm going to go for 3, leaving 1 spare, or 2. Well, actually, no, because we go for... Yeah, no. We'll go for 3. We'll leave 2 spare, sorry. And then we'll be able to do then like 3, 3, and then kind of one of them will just be 4, because obviously 3 does not go... Well, 3 times 3 does not go into 10. The approach, we shall go with... I want to follow that. I want to follow that advice, though, that intense makes massive gains. So I think we just go for it. It's spending half the money we have at the moment, but I think we've got to risk it. I think we've got to play risky here with the cash to really go for it. So we'll do intense, 74 days. So this will take almost half the season to June, but when that comes in, hopefully that's going to be a big booster in terms of the knowledge also gain. A big crash in practice for the leading championship man, Verstappen, and the Aston Martin in FP3 this is. At the moment, we're getting through the setup right now. The car was looking pretty quick because Gasly was second place in FP2. Only 0.001 off Leclerc's time in FP2. Despite, though, both of them started FP3 here with their confidence of the setup about, like, 32%. So, we've done some work to get it up to, like, 60-odd, I think, for both drivers right now. Hopefully going to get up into the 70 to 80 region. Bit weird, though. I've noticed in this new season so far, simulating in the early practice sessions, their lap times are actually pretty damn good, even though the confidence isn't there. And then vice versa, then when we get onto the track, getting the confidence up, then in quali where it really matters, it's maybe not as quick as it was in practice. So I don't know really what we can do about trying to sort that out. I mean, just maybe making an even quicker car. It might just be the simulation time. The AI simulation just runs them a bit quicker on the soft compound maybe, and so it's a bit of a false narrative of how quick they are. I don't know. It's not a bad end to FP3. Bottas first place, Gasly second. On the medium compound attire, a few people using the softs, though. Perez on softs, Verstappen. Perez, though, really worn softs, so maybe he was doing more of a simulated run. Verstappen, though, 97% softs, and his time was P6. So, again, we look very, very good and promising on the Friday and Saturday practice, but now it's time for the real business. Q3 in qualifying. Can we actually do anything like this? This is it then. The top 10 shootout. We're through with the 2 McLarens, who are looking a lot better this season. It would definitely seem compared to season 1. The 2 Mercs, Ferraris, and Red Bull. So definitely the Alpine has taken a hit, I guess, from one season to the next. Obviously then having Sebastian Vettel in with Esteban Ocon, and clearly the McLaren team have brought upgrades into this new season, because I think this is one of the first rare times we've seen both of them in the top 10 on this game. Obviously different to a bit of real life, where they definitely started with the performance they had in real life at the base level, and then it's a lot harder for them to recover as they did in real life, because it was more of a, obviously we know, understanding issue rather than an out-and-out upgrade issue. Well, I'm going to send Gasly and Bottas out now in a little group of their own. These lot are doing their flying laps. Russell comes out, so I'm hoping we don't catch any of them. Surely not, because Perez and Hamilton would catch those guys before us. So I'm hoping we can just kind of stay out of traffic, although these guys are coming at us so quickly. Bottas may just get caught. He will get caught. That's unfortunate. Gasly, though, he might be fine as he starts... Well, he will start his flying lap just as Norris will gain on him. So I think we should be fine with Pierre Gasly. There we go. DRS opens and he kicks off his first flyer. Bottas, traffic-wise... Oh, he's got Red Bull ahead of him. Let's hope that Red Bull does not get in our way. All right, Red Bull gets out of the way. Turn 1, all good. Side by side a little bit, but that shouldn't have been too much of an issue, I don't think, for Valtteri. Meanwhile, Gasly's had a clean run, and that McLaren gets right out the way. So that is fine for Bottas. This time that McLaren doesn't horn us, because literally that was, I think, literally Lando in Bahrain holding up Gasly on his flying lap. At the moment, Verstappen lays down a marker. Ferrari's still out there setting their time, so curious to see what that's going to be, because, of course, it was a statement of Verstappen getting that first win. Leclerc not even in second, in third, inferior to his teammate Sainz that time round. The reigning champ on the back foot from the first round, but long way to go in this season, of course. Gasly, let's see what this lap time's going to be as we cross the line, and it is going to be second place ahead of Verstappen. Perez on provisional pole. We're 1/10 off, though, and Bottas comes into match very closely. Only a couple of thousandths behind Gasly, but we split the two Red Bulls. Where are the Ferraris, though? Where have they gone? They're still not even finished their first flying lap here, so this could spoil the party a bit and push us down the order. But, I mean, still, for early days, first lap in, to beat one of the Red Bull cars and be firmly ahead of Mercedes, Hamilton and Russell is very, very promising. Right, Leclerc comes through. There it is, Leclerc on provisional pole. Sainz, where is he going to be? It's all second row for Audi at the moment. Sainz across, gets on the second row alongside Gasly right now. Bottas P5 then. But that's surprising from Verstappen. I imagine Verstappen's going to leap back up here. So we could be in the frame for 5 and 6, but comfortably ahead of Merc, which is what I'm looking at more. Even though position-wise, we could end up still being just best of the rest behind the two, Ferraris and Red Bulls. The fact that the time gap is a lot closer is very promising. Right, we're all starting our flying laps now. Once again, Gasly and Bottas at the end of the train, so I'm hoping no traffic there. Let's see how they make their improvements. Gasly, yellow first sector, so not an improvement there for the Frenchman. Our flying Finn, though, is improving. Here, obviously, potentially trying to salvage his relationship here with us and trying to prove that he deserves to stick on past this race. Obviously, qualifying just one part of that, though, and we already know Bottas can actually out-qualify Gasly quite a few times, really. It's more about the race, to be honest, but let's just see what we can do as a team. Yellow second sector, not going to be much of an improvement. Like I said, P5 and 6, but the fact we're closer to Ferrari and Red Bull is very promising. But again, we run out of fuel, allegedly, right on the line, which is weird, but Bottas across, and it's no improvement for him. 2 yellows for Gasly. That won't be an improvement. And so we'll just stick with P5 and 6. But 2 tenths and a bit ahead of Hamilton. And even further to Russell. And only 1/10 off Sainz. That's quite good. It's very close in quali, though. Leclerc on pole position. Verstappen second. So the old battle resumes. But could we stick with these guys now? You know, that kind of pace, if we could keep it going somehow in the race, we would be quite promising. The only thing is the tyre wear. But I think what we learned from Bahrain is let's put them on harder compounds in terms of, when people are going soft. So let's go mediums, and that'll allow us to push and lean on those tyres. But Verstappen has a grid penalty. I did not see that. Verstappen with a grid penalty. So our last race's race winner already taking an early penalty here down the order. So we're going to move up at least one position, hopefully with Gasly minimum. I don't know about Bottas. Depends on how large the penalty is. But it's going to be Perez then on the front row alongside Leclerc. Interesting. So yeah, like I said, we gain one position with Gasly. Bottas, unfortunately, a bit further down. And Verstappen's penalty not being that harsh. In terms of strategies, it is going to be, well, it's a one-stop. One-stop either way, like medium to hards or hards to mediums. There is a two-stop there, though. Here it's saying the two-stop genuinely is going to be slower, but it depends on the pace, I guess, that we actually hold on this. But, ooh, I mean, we can start on mediums and see where we go, because then if we think the two-stop's on, we can start pushing them more on the medium, knowing we'll pit earlier for hards, and then we'll see where we can go from there. So I think that's the best way to do. It gives a bit of flexibility just at the start to suss out what AI are doing. So we'll put them on this strategy A for both drivers, and we'll see on the fly if we think AI are going to do a two-stop or a one-stop. If they're going to do a two, we may as well join them on that, because, yeah, I mean, I know we had some success with a one-stop here in Season 1 at Saudi Arabia, but that's also because, obviously, the tyre wear was so different.
A partly clear night here. The drivers now lined up on the grid. And there we have Pierre Gasly. They're in the front half of the pack, so there's plenty of potential for them. And there's Bottas, completing the team today. They might not be in the top 3 spots, but things could change fast once the race gets underway. Everything's been building to this. It's almost time for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Our second only ever race here as Audi F1 gets underway. Let's see on board from Bottas. We can see Gasly up the road. Gasly actually into turn one, making the overtake on Verstappen. The two are side by side now. Can Gasly get that on the exit? Hopefully he can. Bottas behind. Hamilton close, but we are going to remain. And there goes Gasly up into P4. That's good from him. So P4 and 6. So Gasly makes a move. Bottas stays firm and at least keeps behind the Mercedes. But you know what? He's actually on the back of Verstappen straight away and may even go for a pass here. Could he go for an overtake? And Gasly close already up with Sainz. Perez still remaining second place and Leclerc in first. But let's just now take a look at the tyre compound situation. So most people mediums. Perez with a rogue hard tyre. So you got to say Sainz as he goes for a move here, or tries to go for a move on the outside. Sainz and Gasly and all of us are mediums. We'll be looking trying to get past Perez as quickly as possible because he's on hard. He'll hold us all up as Bottas nearly tries to go for a move on Verstappen. Going to slow this down now to just aggressive, just to bring this tyre pushing down. I'll keep on the fuel for a little bit longer, just see what they can do as Gasly's in the mixer here. Bottas behind as well. Does Bottas go for a move? Gasly gets his nose in, just gets squeezed out as Sainz gets his nose down of Sergio Perez to get up into second place. Let's see, can we go for a double pass? Let's go for overtake mode for both drivers. And let's see, into turn one or this next lap, can they do anything? Right, Perez is going to get overtaken. Surely Sainz gets him, surely. And then behind... Ooh, Verstappen's closing up to us, you know. Bottas, Bottas nearly made a sensational move there. Oh my god. Is he going to go for it again? Is he going to go for it? Let's ride on board. Is he going to dive down the inside here? Surely not. No, not going to go for it, but he nearly did. He nearly pulled off an insane worldy one on the outside of Sector 1 there, but I've now brought them down to standard because we're already, you can see, higher tyre than everyone else, trying to push and keep up with everyone, but now we'll calm things down, settle down here. Gasly's well within this DRS strain, Bottas as well, so no need to push too much. And at the moment, though, Gasly the fast lap of the Grand Prix, despite being in P4. Always a good sign that in terms of the opening laps, but it's because we have used a bit more tyre. But now, like Sainz, we need to follow in his footsteps and get past this hard tyre runner of Sergio Perez. Perez is going to go for a move. I'm going to go overtake mode on the exit here. And that's going to, hopefully, can we go for the double pass? Can you imagine? We had some amazing double overtakes here in Season 1 at Jeddah. So can we do it again? Here we go. Gaining a toe. Is he going to get boxed in? Yes, he will. He'll get boxed. Where's Verstappen lurking? I was a bit afraid Verstappen was going to come and capitalize on that. But no, on the outside. Come on. Come on, Gasly. Up into P3. Ahead of the Red Bull. Just about. Needs to finish off the move, though. And if he's not careful, Verstappen will come sniffing. And Perez has actually successfully defended that. And we have to go back to neutral. That's frustrating. Right, going to go overtake mode again for Gasly. Going to go overtake mode for Bottas, even. Because can he close up? As we see everything happening ahead of us. Gasly going for 3 wide, potentially. Come on. Come on. Down the inside of Elise. Oh, the Ferrari's the slow one, actually. Sainz been done here a little bit. And Perez is back up to P2. Side by side now. Can Gasly get that? No, he keeps getting squeezed out in this corner. Come on, come on, come on. Stick it down the inside there. Come on. No, come on, man. Oh. Is he going to go for a move on the outside? No, let's harvest. Let's harvest. Behind. Verstappen's fine. Right, Verstappen's trying to overtake us. We're still trying to ourselves overtake cars ahead, but it's we're in difficulty with the harvest mode, and we used a lot of ERS here, and we're not harvesting it near enough as I want, but this could be the move now. Boxed in. 1, 2, 3 overtakes. 3 overtakes for Pierre Gasly up into P2. How do you like that? Right, harvest. Let's rewatch this, though. 3 overtakes in 1. Our gas man has really gone for it. This is the move in the last corner, but I want to really see one of the main straight. Will the replay stay on? I hope it does, because we have DRS and we just power through on the left-hand side and get past both Red Bulls and the Ferrari of Sainz to get up into P2. There we go. There we have it. And now, well, I'm on harvest mode with Gasly, but really we should actually be trying to push away. You know what? Now, let's just use a little bit of pushing on the tyre and fuel just to try and get away a little bit. I'll go neutral. 43%. Not bad on ERS. So let's try and push away. Right, I'm going to go overtake mode for Bottas as he's going to close in. Gasly closing in on the Ferrari. So now I'm going to go light and just stick behind him. Try and use that DRS to harvest and save us a little bit and pull us along and get us into this race lead fight maybe with Leclerc on light command. We might even go past him, will he? Or will he stick behind, actually, because he's on light? I think he will. I think he'll just stick behind. That's calm. That's what we want. We want the DRS off him, and we want this chance to protect the tyres a bit. Yellow flags. Oh. Oh, my God. You are joking. You can't ride this. You are nowhere near anyone. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's done it. That's done it. Hand in your P45 right now, sir. Right now. Right, Bottas going to pit. He's got front wing damage after running wide there. We've lost the 1 second to the Ferrari head, so we're going to be susceptible to Sergio Perez. Don't think we're going to fight it too much because we need to be careful about these tyres and also the amount of fuel we use as well. Right, Gasly, is he going to get overtaken? Probably is on the inside. He's defending actually quite well here to say he's got no DRS from Leclerc. He's not going to get overtaken. Gasly defending all these positions with his might and staying in P2 so far. Bottas in for that pit stop. Onto hards, front wing change. It's a long, long one stop from here. Maybe a 2 stop if there's a safety car involved. Kind of almost need a safety car now to help Bottas out. Okay, it's taken 2 laps, but now finally Perez will get through. I thought we'd do this on the previous lap, to be fair, but now we'll have DRS off him, so we can use that to good use to harvest a bit here into turn 1. Where are the cars behind? Ooh, the Ferrari's there, getting boxed in a bit. And we'll fend off Verstappen and go down the inside and get back into P2 whilst harvesting. Not bad. I mean, Perez comes back at us a little bit, but that's fine. But the big winner in all of this is Leclerc, because we're just all busy we're too busy fighting. And he's pulling away now as Gasly and Perez side by side. And Gasly does go down to P3, but that's fine. We've harvested well. And we'll now close back up with DRS. And hopefully get pulled along a bit as well. Gasly on light tyre saving right now. So I don't know if he'll go for the move or not. We're gonna defend Verstappen. Box in Sainz. Into turn 1. Oh, bit of contact made there. Gasly. Oh, wait. Where has Sainz come from? Oh my God, Sainz. Sainz actually with an insane move that was. He made a double pass out of nowhere. I guess he was still on the inside of both of us. Let's watch that, because I actually didn't see how that happened. I need to save tyres right now with Gasly. That's why I need to kind of, give up fighting a little bit here, as hard as I am, because right now we are a little bit less on tyres than everyone else. Gonna let Gasly watch this fight with Sainz and Perez. Kind of just hoping he does literally just that, watch them fight and kind of keep in DRS. Just able to sit here and stay like this for a large portion of this stint. Hamilton. Oh, the Merc getting involved, Hamilton around the outside of Verstappen, mate. Where's his pace come from? From Lewis compared to Russell, 3.3 seconds back. Where has the pace gone for Verstappen in this race? Oh, no, there goes Verstappen. We've been boxed in by the Red Bull. And that may just be him past. Gasly continues to push him wide to try and maintain P4. This is crucial we stick between the 2 Red Bulls, because otherwise we will be pushed down. And I kind of am worried we'll just get stuck in a fight with Hamilton. We need to stick with Perez. And to be honest, well, I mean, actually, Sainz isn't pulling away too much. Leclerc's in the world of his own right now, 2.7. He is loving life. Right, sit rep. The Red Bulls have overtaken us. Verstappen has taken matters into his own hands and has got his teammate and is now having to go at Sainz. We need to get past Perez. On the hards, we can't be behind him. Now is the time for the medium tyre runners, I think. They're starting to push a bit and just try and get ahead of this hard tyre runner to make use of their tyre compound. So can we gain... Oh, DRS closes. Oh, that's bad. That's so annoying. I always hate when that happens. The DRS closing mechanic on this game is frustrating sometimes, to say the least. No. Hamilton. Oh, this is so annoying. Hamilton down the inside. We lost the 1 second to Perez. Now our ERS is not harvesting enough. Oh, the race is unraveling a bit. It's unraveling a bit. We're doing so well to stick with them. And now we're not with them. Right, I'm sticking on the harvest for a while here. And Bottas is still in this race, by the way. He's just overtaking Stroll. And he's closing up to some cars at the back of the grid. So he's slowly making his way and trying to recover positions. But I don't think it's going to be for any points. I mean, if it is, it'll be a miracle 1 stop. Because it's such a long way to go on hards. Okay, Gasly's close. I'm going to try and make a move here on this Mercedes if we can. We're now closing up. We're bunching up. They've been fighting, thankfully. And that's going to allow us to get past Hamilton there. Then harvest into turn 1. once we get him. And then watch the two Red Bulls fight. Leclerc still two seconds ahead, so still doing a good job. It's this still side by side for the two Red Bulls and ourselves and Hamilton. And Hamilton on the inside, and we get repassed. Right, I'm going to go attack now as Bottas overtakes two cars up into P14. Right, these guys might come in. Let's go attack and push on fuel. And then we'll stay on harvest, and then I will go to neutral ERS. One Red Bull comes in, and let's push with these guys now. Gasly making a move around the outside of Lewis. This is, I really, so many times with this game, I want to jump into the cockpit myself and make some of these moves, because sometimes it's frustrating when they don't go for them. Go for this move. Go for this move. Overtake him. Go for it. Go for it. Deploy, get past Perez. Deploy, get past Perez. You need to pass him. Come on, man. Oh, my God. The time we've lost here. The time we've lost here. This guy's so slow. Go. Get out of the way, man. All right, keep going. One more lap. One more lap. Stayed out for one more lap. I think that one lap maybe gained us a bit of time, but let's see. Right, where are we going to filter out? Where are we going to be? Where are we? Down to 5. Where's Hamilton? Okay, we're going to get past Hamilton. That's at least one thing. We're at least ahead of the Merc. And we're still... Ooh, what's the time gap there? Okay, we can maybe close that up by pushing a little bit here. Right, Gasly fast up the Grand Prix. That's because we have been pushing this hard tyre to try and gain some time. Apparently it's a 1.8 gap. That looks a bit smaller than 1.8. So I think we are a bit closer than that suggests. And I think we can maybe still be in this fight with at least Verstappen and Sainz. It seems like Leclerc and Perez... Well, I mean, Leclerc's obviously... He's checked out completely. Perez is not in the same race because he is on hard still, so... But I think there's still a position here with Sainz and Verstappen on. I mean, look, we are. Come on, we're within this window. This is a mega fight going on as Verstappen sends one down the inside of Sainz to try and jockey for third place. Leclerc just about maintaining that, but they're now with Leclerc. So they were nowhere near this man in the first stint, but all of a sudden they're there. We've just fallen away a bit, though. We are ahead of Hamilton comfortably, so we've actually got much better race pace than the Merc now on hard tyres, it would seem, but we just can't keep up enough with these guys now on the hards. ERS is, well, I mean, it's the deployment's quite aggressive, it would seem, now with this new Red Bull powertrain. Having to kind of manually make sure we harvest enough at the start of the lap and then kind of have it for the rest of it. Meanwhile, Bottas is making overtakes. Just got Alexander Albon in the AlphaTauri, and he's got the two McLarens for company who are going side by side ahead of him. And I think he's actually, he's got them for company now, and he's actually got past them. He's got past them. Bottas actually making some good moves here, quietly getting into some points. So actually recovering quite well. I mean, it would have been better if he's right up there to help us a bit, but with Gasly, because two cars better than one, but at least he gets the McLarens with a double overtake maybe, or at least one overtake and then one finished off on the main straight. Meanwhile, no matter what I do with Gasly, pushing him on this hard compound, we're not keeping up now. We're not keeping up. Gained up to 3.1 from like 2.5, even though these guys are fighting. So I don't know how they're actually somehow fighting this hard, 3 wide into turn 1 almost, and yet they are still got the pace. Meanwhile, Perez actually has ended up in the lead of this race, having made his pit stop, I believe, or is he still on hards? No, he's still on hards, actually, so he might hold them up. He might be the key to us getting back into this race if he can hold them all up for us. And Perez is now into the pits. Didn't really do much for us because now the gap's 4.6, is it? And Bottas now, though, got Norris for company. He's overtaken him, but... as he flies by, but Russell's only how many up the road, like 2 seconds up the road, so Bottas could still get one of the Mercs here. Yellow flag, sector 1. Why is it yellow sector 1? Who's had a blunder? Yellow flags. Just a yellow at the moment. Just a yellow at the moment. Ricardo's crash at turn 4 is going to be a lockup. I'm guessing going to be a lockup straight on. Oh, big spin. No. Big spin for Ricardo. Now lap 43, 7 laps to go. It has been P4 for us for a lot of this race. Perez may come and ruin that though on the medium tyres. So that's our fight right now, is trying to stay ahead of this Red Bull on much quicker medium tyres though. So that's going to be easier said than done. Meanwhile, Bottas has been literally joined to Lando's hip this entire race. For P8 and 9, and that means they're not really catching Russell as a tandem pair at all. And there goes Perez flying by. Medium compound tyre was always going to happen. Let's see if we can keep up with him, though. All right, last lap of the Grand Prix. Going to try and maybe see if we can do anything about nicking a fastest lap of the race, maybe, for Gasly. Probably not, though, with the tyre wear he's got and the battery. Perez waltzed away. Didn't quite get these guys, though. And Verstappen, after all of that, is going to go on to get back-to-back wins, despite how good Leclerc looked at the start of the race. Race pace wasn't there for Ferrari today. And Leclerc will be P2, Sainz P3. By the way, Bottas, tyres gone off an absolute air cliff. But he's hung on for P9, which is not bad. Not bad. 2 points. Still not what you want. I wanted him here at least for P6, because you've got to at least get the maximum points that we get today. We've still got some work to do to actually fully be there with Red Bull and Ferrari, but some promising little signs there of us staying with them for at least, I don't know, a third of the race, I'd say. So there we have it, Gasly P5. Verstappen wins it, though, ahead of the two Ferraris, actually ending side by side pretty much. 1.2 tenths covers them, and Bottas is going to trundle home for P9 to get 2 points at least and get off the mark in 2023. 4 position gain in that race for Verstappen, starting from P4 on the grid, so takes a nice healthy lead in the championship versus Sainz, who's now level on points with Leclerc. Gasly in the top 5 of the championship. Bottas now in the top 10 with those 2 points to his name, but Mercedes are ahead of us because of their strong double points finish. It means that we slip down. So it's not good enough from Valtteri. It's not good enough. We do get all our objectives, though, for the sponsors. So that's 4 million bringing in by doing all of that. That is very, very solid. But there is a P45 in one of our drivers' futures, I feel, next time for the Australian Grand Prix. But guys, if you have enjoyed this one, hit the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're around here, then do get subscribed for weekly Formula 1 content. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.